Hi, Gizzo. You are. Come on, Giz. Do I push go live or no?
No, I got it. Ready?
Yes.
We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
Welcome to the Mouthpiece, episode 58, year 2. Today we're going to talk about nothing. No, we're going to talk about the WSOP main coming up next week. Talking about my home game, Daniel and Doug's challenge. My boy Trump and his insane rally we just watched, which was fun. Buckle up! The Mouthpiece is next. Yo, yo, yo! It's been a couple weeks. How you guys doing? What's up? Welcome to the Mouthpiece, episode 58. So, interesting week. Since I last talked to you guys, I actually got out of the house twice. Went to the Bellagio, wore a mask, was surrounded by plexiglass, and played some 50 and 100 no limit hold'em. Last week, I was up 10,000 in like two hands. I pick up kings against ace king, and guy goes all in with me. Then 2 hands later, I flop a set of fives on a deuce 5, 7, 10, 2 spade board. I lead out, guy calls. Turn card comes the king of spade. I laid out big, guy calls. The river comes a queen, and I lead out big. And the guy calls and shows me ace jack with the jack of spades. So he floated the flop, drawing stone dead the spade or king queen, and then somehow hit the king of spades and the offsuit queen. So I lost back 6,000 right away, and now it's like 4,000 winner. I then proceeded to play for another 3 or 4 hours to book a $500 win. Very disappointing. Could have been so much more. Then I went out Saturday, 2 days ago. The game wasn't as good. I was between 3,000 and 5,000 winner. Picked off a guy trying to bluff me with 2 jacks. And then I made a catastrophic mistake. Board flop, ace, queen, 5, 2 diamonds, 3 of diamonds on the turn, and he let out. I called, and he bet 2,900 on the river, and I just didn't think he had a flush, and I kind of rush called. Probably should have thought it through. I mean, check, call, lead, bomb. When I call, it looks like I got a big ace. It's probably an easy fold. I hadn't played in a while, so I lose like 4,700 there. But then I win like 3 pots in a row. Finished the day with 2,900 winner, so 3,400 in 2 plays of about 3 and 6, 9 hours. I don't know, what's that, 400 an hour? All right, whatever. So that's the only 2 plays I made. Playing poker. I've been watching the Daniel Doug high stakes feud, which, listening to Daniel after the match, I don't know if it's a feud anymore. I mean, I think these two are going to go out to dinner and make out or something, man. They're like best buddies now. I don't know, man. I'm just like, dude, the guy fucking called you every name under the fucking sun. I guess it's good to be forgiving.
I got the heebie-jeebies.
The guy who, set me up in 2005 when I had to go to jail, he cried on my shoulder 2 years later, saying how sorry he was and he made the wrong mistake by setting me up. And I'm like, well, I forgive you. I just can't be your friend. So it's okay to forgive, but I don't know, man. Seems like they're working towards some magical friendship or something. I don't know. Listen, I got nothing wrong with Doug. All Doug has to do is apologize to me for accusing me and Phil of cheating on Live at the Bike, and I will have all the respect for him. But I kind of went out against him because, I mean, to say something like that, which was just he does it for clicks. I mean, what else does he make up shit for? Even the other day, if I get 25,000 retweets, I'll show my hole cards. Yeah, okay, you fucking dickwad. Again, doing anything for clicks. I got nothing against Doug. I wish him the best, but he owes me an apology. And then, it was that. He accused me of Phil cheating. The Mike Postel interview, he fucking bashed me for that because he didn't get it. So, whatever with Doug is what it is. Let's see, my take on the match so far. So Daniel, he picked up about 90,000 last week, so it's about 500,000 loser. I feel like, I mean, again, I hope somebody. What's up, Gizmo? You're the star of the show. Gizmo got his nuts cut off 3 days ago. He's healing right now. Everybody want to say hi to Gizmo? Gizmo, don't be shy. Come here, baby. There he is. There's Gizmo. He's nutless. Poor little guy. He lost his nuts. Let's sing it. He lost his nuts. What happened, Giz? Did you lose your nuts? Well, that's what happens when you keep attacking the females. See, I wasn't going to neuter him, but then his testosterone started kicking in. He started attacking my female cats. They were petrified of him. And for that, he got his nuts cut off. Anyways, so going back to, the match. To me, now, if anybody's watching the match and when we take phone calls, could call in and either agree with what I'm saying or tell me that I'm wrong. It seems to me when you play against somebody like Doug, who never folds, I mean, he takes any pair to the river. Why are you consistently 3-betting dog shit out of position where you have to make a hand? To me, he does a lot of check calling, which is good. But to me, I'd rather just call pre-flop, let him win. Like, if he wins 10 pots for 800, and then he pays you off 30,000 and you've won 1 out of 10, you're going to be winner. So now, don't get me wrong, of course, he stopped calling after a while, and when he stops calling, then you start 3-betting with dog shit and putting pressure on him. But if you're going to fight, I just feel like fighting fire against fire, aggro versus aggro, is kind of maybe not the way to go. And then when he does flop a big hand, I don't know if he's balanced enough. He loves to check call, which is great, but there's I think he loses a lot of value. There's a lot of times I just feel he should be raising the turn, and he doesn't do it. What's the matter, Gizmo?
That's Woody.
That's Woody. Woody, you okay? Okay, Woody. Oh, my poor little girl. Anyways, so that's just my take on the match. I know that we talked the other day. He got mad at me when I said you should have won more with the aces versus kings hand. And I still think he could have won a lot more at that hand, but that's a nothing hand. I don't know. I think there's a couple of little tiny adjustments. Maybe check raise the turn a little bit more. Maybe fold bottom pair to big bets. I just feel I find him calling a little bit too much, and well, I just think I think he's playing really good, but I think he just needs to make a couple little tweaks, and I think he'll be there. And I think one of them is getting a little more value when he's got a big hand, and when Doug checks the river and he misses completely, and there's like 25,000 out there, take a big bomb maybe with the river. Because I mean, I've seen like 3 times Daniels has checked back and Doug's won a pot with jack high or queen high when Daniels missed a flush or straight draw. So, for anybody who's watched the match, that's listening to the podcast right now, when we take the phone calls, give me a call. Let me know if what your thought process
Money
is.
isn't the source of happiness.
But overall, I think he's played well. But I think he just needs to tweak a little bit, and I think he's still got a really good shot. So we'll see what happens. I've got the betting line now is 12 and 13 to 1, which I'm trying to get more down at 12 or 13 to 1. So if anybody wants to bet more, and they're basically saying that the chances of Doug winning are the same as Trump winning the presidency. Daniel has a much better chance of winning than Trump does of getting this thing overturned. Now, we're talk a little bit about that. The reason why we're a little bit late tonight.
Wrong.
The reason why we're late tonight is the Trump rally came on, and I just needed to watch him see if he was going to go scorched earth. He did. I mean, listen, do I believe if they audited all the signatures on the mail-in ballots that Trump would win? Yes, I do. Okay, is that crazy to say? No. What are they so afraid of if they are so convinced that they've won the election and Trump lost, of auditing the mail-in ballots, of making sure the signatures match? Because I said before the election, the reason why I told everyone, and including people that are listening right now, that Trump was going to lose was the mass mail-in ballots. And I thought with the lawyers they had lined up that they were going to be forced to audit the signatures, and it was never done. So does he have a beef? Yes and no. Yes, because the ballots should be audited, and no, because he wasn't prepared, or he doesn't have the right legal team. I don't know. I mean, you knew you were going to fight the mail-in ballots after the election, and you're 1 for 45 in the courts. So that means you obviously don't have the correct legal advice or people doing the right legal shit. Now, I think the voting machine thing is bullshit, and I think that's just more excuse. Now, is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. I don't think so. But the mail-in ballots, I think they were stuffed. I do not believe, that Biden, who had no money on hand and nobody was interested in, got 80 million votes. That's 11 million more than Barack Obama, who was getting 100,000 people to turn out to every rally. Think about that. And you'd think they got, it's just, and then all the variables. He flipped 14 House seats. They won all the state legislatures. I mean, everything went red, and Biden won 17% of the counties, which is like the least ever. Trump's first president in history to get more votes second time than the first time and lose re-election. There's a lot to it. Now, again, I am very content to accept that he lost and Biden won, but why not make it, why not for the American people just audit the mail-in ballots? Why are they fighting it in court? You have to ask yourself that. That's all. You know? And people will say, well, so-and-so easily conceded. Everybody conceded but Trump. Well, we've never had 90 million mail-in ballots. You know, there was 4.3% rejected in 2016 with 1 million mail-in ballots. And in 2020 with 92 million mail-in ballots, there's 0.05% rejected. There you go. I mean, I'm just being honest, you know. So that's my opinion on the election. You know, for people to say that, you know, he's being a sore loser. One thing he did say tonight at the rally was funny. He says, "Hey, if I lost fair and square, I'm not a sore loser. I'll take the results of the election," which was pretty funny. Listen, the thing is, I bet him 5,000 that if they ever get any of these states he lost where the mail-in ballots are audited, that Trump will win the election. But I told him I do not believe they will ever get that, and I still don't believe they will ever get that. And you have to ask yourself why. So, you know, I'm kind of over the election. That's like old news a month ago. I don't even watch politics anymore. It's just because it is what it is, you know. But the rally tonight was something. If you had a little popcorn out and you wanted some entertainment, man, I can't wait to see how the fake news spins this rally tonight.
You are fake news.
Oh, yes, fake news. But it was pretty good. He kind of went scorched earth. He really went scorched earth on the governor of Georgia, because the governor can't, because he knows if one state audits the ballots and they see all the fraud, then the rest will have to follow. So I can understand him being upset, but it ain't going to happen. I told everyone it wasn't going to happen. I still believe it ain't going to happen, but, you know, for all those people out there fighting, God bless you. But it is what it is. I'm kind of over politics. All right, so let's been paying attention to a little bit of sports. The Philadelphia Eagles are terrible. Carson Wentz is terrible. We got my pick of the week coming up. But right now, we are going to take a little phone calls, see what people want to talk about, and then we're going to give my pick of the week. But before we give phone calls, anybody out there who's listening and wants to play in my home game, anybody out there who wants to play in my home game, and you have not signed up, email mouthpoker@yahoo.com, mouthpoker@yahoo.com, and put in the email Mouthpiece and receive an extra $100 in chips for a $200 deposit. So you get $300 for $200. Just if you're listening to the podcast only, $300 for $200, but you must put in the email Mouthpiece. So
To the email address again.
Email address is mouthpoker@yahoo.com, mouthpoker@yahoo.com. Receive 300 in chips for 200 into my private home game. We play $1, $2, $2, $4 Omaha, PLO, and No Limit Hold'em. Mouthpoker@yahoo.com. Promo code Mouthpiece. Okay, let's take some phone calls. Anybody out there?
The Mouthpiece.
If you'd like to take part in our phone call segment, you can give us a call at 702-329-0480. And if you're a snowflake or a pussy and you don't want to talk to me, you can email me at mouthpiecepodcast@gmail.com. Also, follow me at the Mouth Matiso on Twitter for times that our call-in segment will be live. All right, 702-329-0480. Give us a call. Let me know what you want to talk about. I know it's late on a Saturday night, 10:30 East Coast time, 7:30 West Coast time. Oh yeah, talking about COVID. Yeah, the COVID lockdown. They're funny. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. It's Mike. What's up?
Hey, Mike. My name's Josh. Just have a question for you.
Sure.
I'm going to give you the question first, and then I kind of want to explain, what I mean by it. The question is, how do you keep your passion and drive for the game of poker? And now I want to expand on it. Basically, I've been playing poker since I've been 19, 38 years old now. Started playing with friends, started really getting interested, reading all kinds of books, watching all kinds of, shows with hands, watching, you guys play. Really, really passionate, did real well for a while, started playing in casinos, started playing online. But, the way, I know the game is still the game, but the way that it's been being played now with such loose, aggressive poker players, people just playing any two cards, and, you're trying to play ABC poker. Yes, I know you got to change it up, especially in tournament play, but, I've just taken so many bad beats, so many, and I know you always remember the bad things rather than the big pots that you win, but, I've just lost my drive. I haven't played poker in the last year, maybe more than a couple times. I haven't touched poker, I know, in the last 6 months, and I don't want to. I have no interest because the bad beats and the cards people are turning over it just sickens me. And I know that's the kind of play you want to make money off, but it sure seems like I'm not making money off that kind of play that I'm seeing. And my brother, he's still passionate. He does well. Followed him in Omaha, told him, and I try and talk with him and discuss things. And maybe I'm just not as good as what I thought, but I mean, I really feel I'm a good player. And but that kind of stuff is just zapped my drive and my passion for it. And
Sure.
I guess how do you keep that with all that kind of stuff?
So I'm going to give you two things of advice. Okay. Everybody who's a poker player have gone through losing sessions. Instead of going every day to think how much am I going to win today, you start getting in a negative mindset. How many bad beats am I going to take? How much am I going to lose today? Okay. So the first thing is take time off. Okay. You take enough time off to where you go down and you enjoy it again. Okay. And you get, when I say enough time where the negativity is out of your mind. Second thing to overcome the bad beats is buy in shallower. Okay, so let's just say you're usually buying in deep, right? When you buy in deep, it gives people, they look at your stack, it gives them the correct odds to call with so many bad hands. So if you buy in for 50 to 100 big blinds deep, and you re-raise it like 10x, okay? Like guy raises 3x, you make it 10x, okay? Right. You now price them out of calling with middle pairs to flop a set, or you know what I'm trying to say? And so whenever you can do that to put them where they're not getting the right price to call, even if you get bad beats, you're going to always have the best of it. Does that make sense? So
it does.
So that's what I used to do when you're running good, you want to put a bunch on the table because you feel like you know where you're at, you can outplay everyone. But when you're running bad, Phil Hellmuth taught me this. It's like just buy in cheap, buy in, 50 to 70 big blinds, and if you get stacked, buy in again and see if you can run it up. Because whenever you price people out, you're going to take a lot less beats. The deeper you are, the more beats the stronger you're going to have to play, and the more focus you're going to have because people will be playing a lot of bad hands against you. The shallower you are, they're just not getting the right price to defend their big blind with the deuce 5 of diamonds when you have 50 to 50 big blinds in front of you. See what I'm trying to say? So that's my advice to you is take you took the time off, go back in. What limits do you usually play?
I'm anywhere from just 1-2 to 2-5, so low limits.
Okay. So like even like 1-2, you could join my home game, mouthpoker.yahoo.com.
Yeah, I plan on doing that actually.
And you get an extra 100. And just buy in a 1-2 game. You could buy in for 100. You know what I mean?
Right.
People aren't going to come at you when they're being priced out. So that's my advice to you. Get your confidence back and start rolling. But
I appreciate that, Mike.
That's definitely what you need to do.
Even with raises, like you put it out there or whatever, I'm just seeing people, they turn over 6-4 offsuit, and it's, it's just
you got to know your play. Listen, when you raise somebody's blind, you got to know if they're a protector or not. If they're a protector, open for 4x.
Right, and I agree with that because I feel like I study the table. I feel like I do what's necessary. Like I said, I'm not trying to be but I consider myself a good player, and I've done well over the years, and I've won a bunch of tournaments. Like I said, only been out to Vegas one time, played a bunch of stuff, but did quite well. But it's just my frustration has just my passion and drive, and like I said, my brother will be playing. He'd be like, "Hey, why don't you play for a while?" I'm just like, I don't want to.
I've been there, and I've got my passion right now to play. Okay. And I had lost it I didn't. After about 2007, I never wanted to play again. I only played the high stakes poker because Full Tilt put me in, but I barely played at all. I hated playing. Now I got my passion to play again, and all I do is win. So
good for you.
But you can't play you got to take time off. If you have 1 or 2 loosened sessions in a row, take a couple days off, and then if it continues, just move on to something else, man. That's it. But that's what I do. So, anyways, we got some more calls coming in. I appreciate the call. Okay. I hope that was helpful for you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're very, very welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
How many calls we miss?
Just a couple.
Hello.
Yo, welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike. What's up, bud?
Oh, hey, Mike. This is me again. I just called Josh. I just got a call from you. Your number.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we're just Mike.
Oh, same guy?
Yeah, you're an idiot. All right, we called the wrong guy. Have a good one, my man.
All right.
Take care.
Hey, by the way, the whole Trump thing, I'm on your side, and
I mean, it is what it is. But if you can't get a court to audit the vote, it's nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
So.
And the legal team keeps saying they have this bombshell delivered.
They got shit. They got shit. No, they got proof, but I mean, do they have enough to get a judge to have them audit the vote?
Right.
That's all.
Right, and I kind of think no one wants to touch that.
No, of course they don't, because everybody wants them out as bad as the Republicans want them out, just as bad as the Democrats. That's why.
So, well, absolutely. And because he came in and he can't be bought.
Exactly.
And the GOP didn't like that either. You know what I mean?
They hated it. They think the funny thing is they think the old GOP's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that. I wouldn't vote for those fucking crooked mother. They're just as crooked as the other fuckers. Are you crazy? Mitt Romneys of the world. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham's of the world. Fuck them. Yeah. All right, buddy. Take care, man.
All right. Thanks, Ed.
Later. Man, Danny, what's your problem? Why are you calling back the wrong fucking same guy?
Dude, I have a lot of buttons to press over here.
Man, you just fucking suck, man. You're over the hill. You're fucking over fucking paid, bro. Look at Wooty. Wooty doesn't even love you anymore.
She's not feeling good tonight.
She's been like this I took her in the other day.
She okay?
Yeah, she's fine. She just got sick of being attacked by Gizmo.
Poor Rudy.
I know. What's up, John?
Your call has.
Get out of here. Get out of here. 702-329-0480. Give us a call. I know it's late. It's a Saturday night. Call in, you fuckheads. Bum, ba, bum. Don't be pussies.
We did miss this guy. Here's a guy we missed.
Hey, Mike.
What's up? Welcome to the Mouthpiece. Who's this?
Hi. This is Jeff.
Jeff, what's up, buddy? How's it going?
Now, hey, I enjoy the hell out of your podcast, by the way.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you listening, man. I appreciate it.
Of course. Hey, I have a question for you. What's the best way you feel for like a mid-level grinder playing MTTs and that to study?
That's a good question. Playing MTTs, I mean, there's a lot of like teaching courses, that teach tournament poker. I like what's that? The one that that GTO site, the Germany guy, TT. Oh God, I wish I didn't. I'm so stupid. But there's a few of them. If you can direct message me on Twitter, I'll get you the name of a couple of them, and that'll really help you with the MTTs. You know, I'm
Tristan and Jonathan.
yeah. There you go to Jonathan Little. Yeah, Jonathan Little's coaching site is great.
PokerCoaching.com.
Yes. Jonathan Little's coaching site. My friend Tristan works for him. I think that just tell him that I sent you. And they're really good. They're really good. Yeah. So
funny you said that about coaching.com because there's a guy on Twitch that does a thing on Saturdays. I've watched that a couple times, but I didn't know if that was like over my head, you know.
No. They're really good for mid-level MTTs and stuff. Jonathan Little's site is probably one of the best to learn from. And then there's more advanced sites, too, that I was going to send you to. But, I think Jonathan Little's site would really help you out the most. You know, that's my opinion.
Oh, perfect.
So
you should be a guest on there.
Yeah, Jonathan Little's been on my show a couple times, and I'm getting ready. I'm gonna start a teaching site on mixed games, split games, Omaha a little bit. And I might do a little bit of no limit, but I'm trying to do something different. So that's going to be coming down the pipe. Right now, I'm kind of worried about getting my head together. This COVID shit's got me in like depression half the time. So I've been trying to work on that the last few weeks.
Well, I wish you best of luck with that, Mike.
Yeah, it's kind of tough, The doctor put me on Zoloft. And it's made me really, really tired. So I'm going to start taking it at night, starting tonight, instead of in the morning, because I end up going to sleep all day and feeling like crap. So I'm going to see if that works. And if it doesn't, I'm going to try something else. But, I know everybody that's listening that a lot of people are dealing with it with this COVID bullshit. So, let's try and do that.
Longer for us.
I appreciate it, man.
Well, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it very much.
You're very welcome, and tell all your friends listen to the Mouthpiece, and I appreciate it, and you have a great weekend, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, my man. You're very welcome. Bye-bye. Yeah, so,
There's more coming through now.
we got some more shit. I'm not a pussy. I go out. You gotta remember, I got underlying conditions too, so I gotta be careful. I know it's bullshit. Oh, what a relief it is.
Your call has been-
We have nobody home. What's going on in the football game? Oh, Clemson's only up 45-10 final. Let's call someone else.
We have like 3 missed calls.
Oh, 3 missed calls. Good. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. Is Mike.
Hey, Mike. What's up, buddy? It's Jason from Virginia Beach.
What's up, Jason? How's it going?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. I just wanted to ask you about '08. I fell in love with '08 at a young age playing, just all kinds of mixed games with these older 60-year-old guys. I was the youngest guy by far, and they would play these crazy mixed where you had to declare at the end on the river, you had to declare if you were high or low and all this shit.
Yeah.
And I just really fell in love with '08 at a young age, and I played a lot of 10-20 at the Borgata. And I played the 20-40 with the half kill Bellagio for a long time until that dried up.
I used to play that back in the late 90s.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was that at the Mirage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember stories about it. But I was just curious, man. I got a love for '08. I've got a good feel for '08 just like you. But I know '08, there's a lot of feel involved. And, there's no charts like you can pull up a sim, run sims for a Hold'em and PLO, and there's charts up the ass and exact calculations and things like that. But there's so many different variables in '08, and there's no like Bible.
They're
how do you get better?
First of all, I'm going to be opening a site which is going to be teaching advanced
Yeah, I just
08.
heard you say it in the previous call. Yeah, I didn't.
But
know
I'm gonna give you a Bible of 08. There's a book, a full tilt poker book that was put out in about 2007. And there's a chapter in there that I wrote on 08. It's about 15, 20 pages long. And when you read that chapter, it is the Bible to 08. Basically,
All right.
Basically, those 15 pages will totally make you a winning player if you're
So
struggling.
all the fundamentals
Yes.
are there.
It's basically there's a lot of good stuff in that book, anyways. But the 08 chapter that
I've
I
never
wrote,
heard of it.
yeah, it's a full tilt poker book. It's green, red. It's a green with like red and white full tilt logo on the front, and it's got an 08 chapter I wrote. Check that out. There's a lot of good stuff in that book, but that's a great 08 chapter.
So
that'll really help.
What is Mike? Do you play a strict style, or do you like to use your feel and make river plays? And take down pots with nothing when you miss your low draw and whatnot.
It's just listen. You got to know your players.
Right. That's it. Right. Yeah,
and you got the bottom line is you got to locate the aces. As long as you can locate the aces, you could basically know pretty much what the flop's coming most of the time. Like if it goes raise under the gun and 2 people call and you have 1, 2, 3, 7, you just throw it away because it's coming high. Because when a guy raises under the gun, he's got ace, deuce, 3, ace, deuce, king, or 2 aces, and you got 2 callers. One's probably got 2, 3, 4. The other one's probably got the other ace. So, these are spots where I teach in that section where I'll be on the button with the 9, jack, queen, king, and I'll 3-bet it because I know the board's coming high. So again, that you gotta. The key to 08 is what cards are coming by what players enter the pot. If that makes any sense, what I'm saying.
No, absolutely.
Now, is it 100%? No, but you're gonna be very profitable being able to fold the certain ace deuces to a single raise because there's another ace deuce already out there, and those cards aren't coming. So what I'm really good at is really focusing on my players and pretty much knowing what cards are live by what players enter the pot.
I imagine it's positional. I imagine it's a lot positional.
Very positional.
If you're in a game, people aren't afraid to 3-bet and cap.
Yeah.
It's really hard to open limp under the gun like ace 9 4 deuce.
No,
you know what I mean?
No,
it's
never.
That's like what do you know? Yeah, because you're susceptible to getting raised and re-raised and then having to.
Now, but if everybody
cured.
folds and you're on the button with the deuce 3 with a deuce 3 4
like
with a
savage.
deuce 3 4
Absolutely.
king. Deuce 3 4 king is a raising hand on the button because all the aces are live. So it's a very 08's just a very ace dependable hand. It's very important to know where they're at. So that's that's my advice to you. All right, my man.
Okay, man.
I appreciate the call.
Out, buddy. I appreciate
you got
the
it.
advice.
Take care.
All right.
Are you calling the wrong number again?
Dude, it's the same fucker again.
The person you are calling uses high voicemail. Leave a message on their app.
Hi, voicemail? What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Your call has been forwarded.
All right,
to
man. Fucking all these motherfuckers on a Saturday night. It's 11 p.m. on the East Coast. We're a little bit late today. By the way, we had gotten an even in our pick of the week, and we have a call coming in. Hour 5 and 7. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
Hi, Mike. This is Pat from the Midwest. How are you
Ted.
doing tonight?
Good, buddy. Thanks a lot. How are you?
Oh, good. You know, I used to play poker a lot. I used to play like in the early 2000s and all the way up to today. But you know, I played a lot online years ago, and it was fairly very very soft, especially like party poker was very soft. I thought. And nowadays, you know, all the stuff I'm reading, you know, I don't think you can possibly play without using solvers. You know, if you're going to play online for any type of money whatsoever.
Online,
no. Agree with me?
Online, no limit. Absolutely. Mixed games, I disagree. You know, but online, no limit. If you don't use solvers, you can't win. But that's why But, you know, it depends. Like, I play in private games where nobody uses solvers. They're all business people. And, you know, I win, you know, where it's just poker. But if you're going to play against everybody else who's using math and solvers, you're just not going to beat No Limit Hold'em. That's for sure. You know, but give me a mixed game and I'll play anybody, any mixed game they want online. And there ain't no solver in the world that's gonna beat me. So, you know.
I agree with you 100%. It just seems like computers have kind of ruined a lot of sports. Like I used to play a lot of horses, and the horses used to be tremendous years ago.
No, they've ruined everything.
Nowadays, people are using computers on horses. They're allowed to bet at the last second. They're using computers, and it takes all the sport away from it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a gigantic edge to use a computer, you know, with horses, and it's a gigantic edge to use a computer with poker, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know what a solver is. I've never used one. I've never even run a sim. I mean, I run like after a hand, I've run a PLO sim to see how big a favorite I was, or if I was a dog. Most of the time, I'm always right and I'm a favorite. But other than that, I've had 2 losing months in my life, and I never use any of them. So, listen. I was listening. I saw Jason Kuhn put out a tweet the other day. It was so right. He goes, "You can know all the GTO and solvers perfectly, but if you don't understand poker, you're not going to win." And I've been saying that for 2 years. Just because you know the solvers doesn't mean you could play poker. You still have to have some kind of instincts on how to play the game, So it's just, it was a good tweet. I agree with it a lot.
Most people are that far along that if they run into starting using solvers and things like that, they understand poker.
Yeah.
It's just that these young guys are awful fast. Awful fast with to pick up on on a situation. If you
online, I agree.
If you watch Doug Polk.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch Polk and Negrano playing, if you watch the hands, what they're doing and the way they're playing, it just would make no sense to the average guy.
Doesn't make sense to me. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of things that I watch them do that I just think it's just wrong.
I got the heebie-jeebies.
Now that doesn't mean that I'm right. You know what I'm saying? But they're both playing baseline GTO with solvers. So what's that gonna? If they're both playing it perfect, whoever catches the card's gonna win. I just don't see why. I would like Daniel to throw a lot more curveballs in. It just seems like they're all just playing perfect GTO. You don't have to play every hand perfect. Well, what you could flat a hand and trick them a hand and I know Daniel was doing that early, but it seems like he's just playing just straight same way everything. But I'm not quite sure. I've been watching these matches because I have a vested interest in it, and I feel like Daniel's calling way too much, and he's inflating the pots against a guy who never folds. I mean, I would switch up and play and just start folding a lot more and then just showing him the nuts for about an hour. And then once he realizes you switched up and you're playing small ball, then I'd start 3-betting. And I just think that he's just 3-betting the 7-9 and the 5-6 suited out of position way too much. And then he bets the flop and Doug calls and then he checks and Doug takes the pot away. Now, I don't know how many that he's doing that to Doug because I haven't seen that. But it just seems like Doug is taking away way more small pots than Daniel is. And I just think that's an adjustment he needs to make. That's just my opinion from the outside. Me and Phil Hellmuth were talking about it the other day. Of course, we think differently than a lot of these kids do. I would just like to see a little bit of. I know he's stuck 500 now, but and he's not going to get even playing small ball. But I think the approach of inflating the pots out of position against a guy that never folds anything. So when you 3-bet, unless if you get a favorable board, you gotta like. Even when Daniel fucking bombs it 3 times, I've watched the guy call it ace high like 10, 15, 20 times. He loves ace high. So, if a guy's never folding, why are you inflating the pot out of position and consistently 3-betting? That's my opinion. I don't talk to Daniel about any strategy because he's got his own team. I just think that it's something he's doing way too much of. And, listen, what do I know? I'm not a genius head-up online player, but I know poker, and there's no reason to consistently, 3-bet out of position when guys never folding ace high. That means you have to hit. So, anyway, that's my opinion.
You know what gets me, Mike? Think about this. And I agree with you. There's some randomness to this, but when they set a line out, and even a guy like Timex sets a line out at 5-1, 4-1, whatever it is, favoring poke, there's something to that. It's like it looks too easy to bet on Daniel. Well, and as it's going to turn out, it was the wrong side. It's going to be the wrong side.
I'm not so sure about that. I've watched the match. Daniel's down 280,000 in EV. I mean, hands that he's supposed to have won. And bad beat hands. There's other like hands. Just, I mean, shit. I can name 2 hands right off the bat. That's 170,000. I mean, Doug put 100 big blinds in with 2 8s versus queens. That's 80,000 right there. Then there was 70,000 in the pot when Doug hit the ace on the river when Daniel 3-bet the jack 9 and flopped the 9 and 2 spades. Then the turn card came a diamond. Doug called a big bet on the flop with ace high like he always does, and the river came an ace. Now, I don't like Daniel's call there. I mean, well, the pot's so big. I just don't think he's ever moving in without having jack 9 beat. But there's just a lot of spots I see Daniel calling, and from the outside, I tell myself I just know when Doug bets he has it. And every time
the whole thing, Mike, is his betting patterns that Doug's using is mind fucking Daniel. It's like that exploding the fucking river. I mean, to react to that properly every time is really hard.
Well,
the logical thing
again,
is
I think the right way.
times.
I think the right way to do is quit inflating the pots out of position. And let him look like he's running you over. Let him win a lot of small ones. And then once he realizes you're only fucking betting when you got it, now start 3-betting it. See, Daniel's not switching up enough. That's my opinion, but he's won 3 times in a row. I thought he's run about decent, if he could pick up 90,000 a week, he's going to win the thing, but he's not going to win every day. He needs to put a couple $100,000 win together. The day he lost 300, Daniel ran insanely bad. But I mean, I also think he tilted a little bit. I mean, he paid off. He paid off in hopeless spots. Like there was one hand like Doug bluffed, and Daniel picked him off. And then Daniel's got to know he's just not bluffing the next 5 times he paid him off. See what I'm saying? So
he picks his spot. Doug picks his spots. What he does is basically, to me, I see it. The average thing is it's a 20% bet, and then it's followed by a 60% bet.
Yeah,
and then it's the blown up bet.
Right. Well, Daniel, but he told me this. Daniel told me that he always bets this much on the turn and bombs the river. So all I need to do is fold when I don't have it. But he keeps calling. So he told me one thing. I just think he's calling too much. I mean, let him win the small ones. I just think he's inflating the pot out of position too much with marginal hands. And he's been unlucky, too. I mean, like he had 3 kings in a $170,000 pot, and then Doug had 2 9s, and the board was king, and a 9 on the river. I mean, Doug's run really good. So...
Yeah, listen, he's running good. He's running good. But in reality, I really think that Doug's attitude, even though they're playing the handshake routine, has Daniel tilted for life almost. I mean, Daniel's ego doesn't let him overcome the way Doug treats him.
I don't think the match is close to over, but I do think that, and again, some of Daniel's team could be listening. I don't know. I just think that I find that Daniel will 3-bet, and then he'll flop big and check call a lot. Okay, which is fine. So you want to do a good aggressive player, but I just think he's just not. When he overcame that 270 deficit and went to about 300 winner, he was check raising the turn a lot. I don't see near as much. I don't feel he's check raising the turn enough, and I think he's paying off way, way, way too much. Now, again, I might be wrong. His team, they go over, they put all the hands into a computer, but there, you got to play a little bit of poker. I just think that Doug's never folding, and Daniel's got to use his instincts, which I know is much better than Doug's, and go a little bit away from what the GTO line tells you. You just got to feel. I mean, when I said, there was one hand he paid off. I told myself for sure he had this. And he asked me, how did you know for sure? And I'm like, Daniel, you're a poker player. Don't you feel it? Like, I'm watching, right? And like almost every time Daniel's called, I thought he was bluffing. And he was bluffing. And then almost every time Daniel's called, I said, I think he's beat. And he's beat. Now, I'm on the outside feeling this, not knowing anything. And I'm not just being a Monday morning quarterback, but you can't tell me that my instincts are that much better than Daniel's, because I know Daniel's got one of the best instincts I've ever played poker with in my whole life. So I just think he's following too much of the GTO line and too much of the correct, and not using his instincts enough. That's all. That's my opinion. I think if he starts folding a little bit more and not 3-betting dog shit out of position as much, I think you're going to see the match turn quicker. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I don't believe the match is far from over. Yeah, we got another call.
The one thing though, Mike, when you're playing heads up, when you're playing heads up, you don't have it that often. It's a game of bluffing. It's going to turn into a game of bluffing. It's who's got the bigger card.
I've played a lot of fucking head up, and I'm telling you right now, it's not as much bluffing as you think. Okay, especially if you're keeping the pot small. Just remember, if the guy's picking up 400, 400, 800, 400, 400, 400, and now fucking you pick up a hand 1 out of 10 times and he never folds, you're plus money. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket if you got a guy that never fucking folds. So, and then all of a sudden, when he realizes you have it every time, and he starts folding, then you start fucking 3-betting and bluffing him. I just think listen, I might be wrong. That's why I was wondering anybody listening call in what their opinion on the match is. My opinion is he's inflating the pots with too much, with bad hands, and Doug's taking the pots from him. That's my opinion. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, I got other calls,
right,
man.
Hey, good luck to you.
You got it, man. Thanks. Have a great weekend. Peace.
All right, man.
All right, I'll take another phone call here. Mouthpoker@yahoo.com. 300 chips for 200. Join my home game. 1224,
Hello?
no limit. What's up? Welcome to the Mouthpiece.
Hello?
How you doing? This is Mike.
Hey, Mike. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Quick question.
Sure.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I know you've been talking about the Doug match, and Daniel. It seems to me that Doug, obviously being up about 500, 520K, seems to be getting a little cocky.
Yes, he is.
Example, he's streaming the other day on YouTube and, giving shout outs. The day before he's playing Bill Perkins on a third table.
I saw
for,
it.
I believe the same stakes even, that he's playing Daniel. And,
I saw it.
I got to be honest, in my opinion, he probably is a much, much better heads-up player. I mean, let's be honest, Doug is probably the best in the world at that craft.
Right.
But do you feel that Doug is just getting a little bit too cocky here?
Yes, I do.
And
I don't think
personally believe he's going to win in the long run, but I just wanted your thoughts on this.
I just think that he's being way cocky. I think Daniel's putting in the work. I think his team is going to definitely see the mistakes he's making. We're not even a third of the way home yet.
Right.
So I think that I think it's good. I think you're going to see this. I think you're going to see Daniel ahead in this match at some point or the other, and
Really?
I do. I just think that Doug is run really, really good. I think because he's out in front, he's playing a little bit more aggressive, and I think you got to combat that by keeping the pot smaller. I think that Daniel doesn't need to keep 3-betting the Jack nines and the 7-9s, and then gets 4-bet and called. I just think that that because Doug's getting cocky right now. It's a good time to just like make him think he's running you over, play a little bit tighter, and just switch it up a little bit.
To be fair, though, I will say this: Doug realized at the end of the stream that he admitted that he's probably not going to do it again. I think he was too distracted by doing the stream, and it's pretty obvious that he's also putting in the time. I personally think Doug's probably going to win. I don't know if 12,500 or even 25,000 hands is enough of a sample to even matter.
But Doug, I didn't believe Doug was going to win, and I've got money that says he isn't. But I do now believe that I think Doug is going to win unless Daniel makes a few adjustments. Again, listen, Daniel's my good friend. We talk I talk 3 days a week with him, but I don't talk strategy or anything about the match with him because he has his own team.
Right.
And it's not my place. But I do believe Daniel needs to, a couple hands where I thought Daniel should have check raised the turn, and he ends up check calling, and Doug checks back the river, and he never got. I think he's missing value with his hand, trying to trap way too much because Doug never folds. And I just think he needs to throw in some more turn raises and not 3-bet quite as much as he's been doing. That's all. Those are the two adjustments I think he needs to make. Other than that, I think he's playing fine, and that Doug's been running really, really good. So.
And just a final question here. I mean, why do you think Daniel even accepted this challenge? Because let's be honest,
I was pretty upset with him about it.
He's negative EV going into this. He has to be. Why would he accept this challenge?
Well, I was really upset with him for doing it because I don't like giving people a free, like, this is worth fucking $1 million to Doug just with people signing up to his site, to his YouTube channel. Why give a guy that's treated you so poorly relevance? Okay?
Right.
That's what I was upset about. Daniel figured that, I don't know if GG is putting up the money for this. I presume they are, and I don't know that, but I presume they are. And he's able to put it on GG Poker TV. He's able to advertise his site enough, and it's COVID where nobody can really leave the house, so he has nothing else to do. And Daniel's the type of guy that likes a challenge.
Yeah. I mean, good on Daniel for accepting the challenge.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Someone in the comment just said that what people don't know is Doug's worth over $40 million. I find that hard to believe, but if that's true, hey, good on him.
I know he's worth a lot because he I don't believe $40 million,
Bitcoin, etc.
Because he made a lot of money in Bitcoin, but I mean maybe 20, maybe 20. I don't believe 40. That's for sure.
Yeah, 40 seems a bit high, but we're going.
But I guarantee you, Daniel's worth more than 40. If see, these people that think Daniel's quitting at 12,500, I want that bet, okay, that says he doesn't. And I will fucking lay any amount. Daniel's not quitting. If Daniel loses $5 million, he loses $5 million. He's not quitting to Doug. Yeah. Okay? I've talked to him. He believes he's better. He believes that Doug's running way above expectation. He believes he's still going to win the match. And we'll see, But it's good. I get 3 days a week, 3 hours a day to watch the match. I watch it. I turn the volume off because I can't stand listening to these people on the GG. They're just if you're gonna be on GG Poker and like have somebody on there that's gonna analyze hands instead of talk and drink and act like idiots. Okay. No, I mean I love Hanks.
Probably better to watch the.
I love Hanks. I love
a little bit better.
Platts, and I love Amanda, but. If you're going to be on there, do your job. And the other guy seems pretty nice, too. The guy who also said the same things I say about Doug, it's like, he's a kind of a piece of shit for wanting to get 25,000 retweets. He's always marketing himself. I'm just like, Listen, I got nothing against Doug. All I want is an apology for accusing me and Phil of cheating, and I'd have no problem with him because I was just out of line. Yeah, maybe I will watch Joey Ingram's stream because the other two are. I did watch the Upswing Poker stream with Jamie a little bit, and I like Jamie a lot. But I don't want to give Doug the my viewing until I get that apology.
Right.
Maybe I'll check out.
Good for poker and good for poker in general. So anyway, thanks for taking my call.
You're very welcome, man.
And let's hope that obviously next July we're going to have a regular World Series of Poker. And I wish you the best of luck, Mike.
Thank you, my friend. And I'll be playing the main event next weekend. So we'll
all right.
see what happens. Take care, my man.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Yeah. All right. So I'll be playing the main event next weekend for everybody out there listening. I'm going to sell half of myself at ustake.com. So buy your pieces starting on Monday. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. Is Mike.
Hi, Mike. This is Carrie calling from Vancouver, Canada.
Hi, Carrie. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Cool.
I just wanted to lift your spirits a bit and tell you a nice story.
Cool.
I went to the WPT Bahamas many years ago, and of all the pros there that I met, you were the nicest, kindest, shyest one.
Oh, thank you so much. I try and be nice to everybody. I'm even nicer today than I was back then. I was a little cocky back then because I had a lot of money and things were good for me. But, I had a bad injury and I got humbled a lot, and now I'm even a nicer person. But thank you. That means a lot to me. It really does.
Okay, good. Yeah. And I do have one question. Would you ever be an ambassador to any of these poker sites?
Yeah. I would love to work for a poker site. It just seems like after the Full Tilt thing, people thought I owned a piece of it. I didn't own any part of Full Tilt. And it just seems like it became a lot of very political, and unfortunately, I haven't had anybody offer me. Now, I did get a small offer right now that I'm in the works of possibly signing with ACR to stream on the weekends, to stream on a Sunday. So I'm in final talks with them. But other than that, if something comes around, I'm not looking to get a lot of money, but I'm good for a site, and
cool. Well, I really hope it happens because we would love to see you on one.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. It means a lot to me. It really does. It really does.
Okay, and I just want you to know we always watch for you on Poker Go, and we always wait for your next Mike the Mouth to come out. We just love it. Thank you so much.
I didn't play the high stakes poker they just filmed because the lineups were really tough, and I put myself in a position now where I'm not broke anymore, and I don't want to risk playing really high stakes against so many great players where I don't feel my edge is that big. So I kind of missed it this time, but I'll be on a lot of them. You'll see me on a lot of them. So
well, we can't wait. Thanks,
all right.
Mike.
Thank you so much for calling. Bye bye.
Have a good night.
You too. Have a great weekend. Yeah. So anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah. So anybody out there, we're gonna take one more call here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Mouthpiece. Is Mike. What's up?
Hey, Mike. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, man.
Where you at?
So, Vancouver area.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
My name's Chris. Yeah. So, hey, I have a question for you.
Sure.
I played a pot one time at Caesars years ago. Chris Moneymaker was there just playing around with friends, and we were playing the same table, and it was like 1-3 no limit, okay? And I won.
This is Chris Moneymaker, and you're listening to the Mouthpiece.
There's my boy Chris.
Yeah. And anyways, so I ended up calling the pot on the river with 8 high, and I won.
Really? don't get in a habit of calling with 8 high, because you probably won't be a winner in the long run.
Have you ever heard of that before?
I went to war with Scotty Wynn back in the day. I had a flush draw, jack high flush draw. He kept raising me. The board was 5-8, and on the river he bet, and I looked him right in the eye and I said, "You got 6-7. I just know it." I called him a jack high.
Right.
Now that was in limit hold'em. I've never made no jack high, king high calls and no limit. I've called with king high head up, but not in like ring games. I just kind of like give it up, you know. But,
right.
Yeah.
So like, I don't totally remember the particulars of the board and stuff, but it was basically like a busted wheel draw or like a 6 high straight draw. And I mean, Chris wasn't in the hand, but and I guess, I mean, however much there was in there, like about $100, he didn't bet much, right? He bet like 20% or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I just like had a feeling that he had like 6 high, right? For a busted straight, and so it was really cool because the whole table talked about it for basically like an hour after that, right? So yeah.
Sounds like fun, man.
Yeah,
Sounds
totally.
Like
so.
Yeah,
anyway,
if you're ever if you want to play if you ever want to play like in my home game, you know, we play $1, $2, $2, $4. You can email mouthpoker@yahoo.com and play a little small limit with me. I play a couple hours every day. So
right on, cool.
All right, man. I appreciate the call, and you have a great weekend.
Okay, see ya. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. So, listen, on Monday, you can check out from my Twitter. You can go to ustake.com. I'm selling 50% of myself to the 10K main event. Thinking about keeping all of myself, but I like playing for other people. And if it was live, I mean, I got money now. I'd probably play all myself. But because it's online, I'm going to sell half myself. So, yeah. Yes. I'm going to be selling 50% of myself at ustake.com. So check it out on Monday this week. It probably, you don't have to buy much. $20, $50. I think $50 is what, 0.5%, $100, like 120 or something for 1%, whatever it is. I'm gonna try and play for a bunch of people, and see if I can win. The Vegas side of the WSOP is going to be a lot easier than the European side. But it's online, and these guys are all solvers and play perfect. But I finished 10th in 2 of the events that we played in, and I made catch 12 of 24 playing those online events here during the World Series this last summer. So I feel pretty confident in it, and we'll be playing those. So, anyways. Yeah, no, I apologize that, man, you guys still talking politics. You guys, all you people that are anti-Trump, you guys just don't know what's going on in the world. Yes, he's a fucking idiot, but you guys just don't understand what's really going on. It's all about China. China sent this virus to the world to get Trump out of office, kill a couple million people, and have economic dominance over the whole world. And if you don't believe it, you're just stupid. Go look at your history. There's been dictators that have killed tens of millions of people for a lot less. So, Joe Biden will never hold China accountable because he's in bed with them. And it's all about China. So you can hate the guy all you want, but you need to know what's going on in the world. So, anyways, that's all I need to say about that. Listen, once again, if you want to join my home game, $200 deposit, you get 300 in chips, mouthpoker@yahoo.com. All right, we're going to go to my pick of the week. I've lost 2 weeks in a row after getting to 5-5. I am now 5-7. Or wait, I lost last week? I lost 2 weeks in a row. I had Dallas last week. Yes, I'm 5-7. It's not good. We got to turn this around. I am really confident on this one this week. The Washington football team plus 9.5 against Pittsburgh. Very confident in this pick. This game's been pushed back. Pittsburgh, they waited an extra week almost to play their game. And now they got to play on a short week against a rested team that's streaking right now. They've won 2 in a row and could have easily won 4 in a row. Gave away 2 games. Alex Smith is playing well. I like them to cover plus 9.5. That's my pick of the week. See if we can get to 6-7. What is my second best pick of the week? Oh, my second best pick of the week are the Patriots -0.5 against the Chargers. I don't know. I just feel like this team finds a way to win and they're going to get to 6-6. But I'm only giving out 1 a week. I really, really, really like Washington. I've bet about 3 or 4 of my picks of the week for like 500. I might bet 1,000 on Washington. Maybe. I don't know. I really like them a lot this week. So that's about it. Again, mouthpoker.yahoo.com, 300 in chips for 200 at my private game. And check out ustake.com starting Monday. I'm selling half of myself to the WSOP main event. We're out of here.
Oh, hold on.
What are you doing? What are you doing, you fucker? What are you typing something in over here? Let me see I don't trust you, man. What are you writing?
I don't think we're done yet with calls.
We are done with calls. Fuck them. We're done with them. We're done. We're out of here.
We're done?
We are done.
Outro music.
Dunzo. Turn on the music. Mouth Poker, yahoo.com, 300 for 200. I play 2 hours a day. I wish our country the best. Trump is kind of insane, but you guys got to understand what's going on. I'll see you all next week, next Friday, I think, maybe Saturday on the Mouthpiece. Gizmo says goodbye. So does Flash.